In the last period, we have defined what is meant by the real valued functions. The real valued functions means the functions whose value is the real number. Means what this indicates? This indicates that the codomain of the function is the real number. Codomain of the function is the real number. Now we are going to we are just studying some properties of real numbers. We have seen addition of two real number, subtraction of two real number, product of two real number, quotient of two real numbers. Now we see more function, that maximum, minimum valued, real valued functions. Now if we have two functions, or you can consider the mode function also. That is, here it is given that codomain is the real number. Here is also codomain is the real number. Now f and g are two functions where domain is a, domain is the same for both the functions, but codomain is the real numbers also same. Domain and codomain same. Then we can consider this new function. We can define this new function, that is max f comma g. That max means maximum. Max means maximum, and now it is defined like this way: max of f g at x will be equal to max value of the, whatever you have to consider value of that first function f at x, and also value of the function g at x, and whatever with the maximum value will be the value of image of this function at x. This is the definition of maximum valued real valued function for the two functions. It can be considered for three functions also. It can be extended for three functions also. Similarly, you can define the minimum of two real valued functions. Minimum function is also defined as, you have to consider minimum f g at x will be equal to minimum of f and g of x at x. Means you have to consider the image of this f with the function f, and we have to consider again image of the second function g with at x, and you have to see whether which is the minimum one, and whatever minimum will be the value of this. So we have defined two functions, maximum of two real valued function and minimum two real valued function. It can be indicated by h, and you can see the practical example actually. If you consider the sine function, if you consider the function for the domain, domain is here defined, that is 0 to pi by 2. Also you can consider this another function, that is cos of x. These are the trigonometric functions. It is very well known and famous function in the range of 0 to pi by 2. You know that the value of sine function at pi by 2 is 1, maximum, its value is maximum, and at 0 cos value is 1. Now you can see how vary the values. You will find that at pi by 4, up to the pi by 4, this value is going to be reduced, and after the pi by 4, its value is going, value of the sine will be going to increase this value. At the pi by 2, it is 1. Means these two values are contradictory, but their junction is pi by 4. Now when we are function h, we consider the maximum value, then we have to consider this value will be equal to the value of the cos up to the 0 to pi by 4, up to the 0 to pi by 4, and the value of this sine function will be maximum in between pi by 4 to pi by 2. So this is a practical example for the real valued functions, because these values of the cos and sine functions are the real numbers, and yes, in this way we have introduced the maximum and minimum real valued functions. Okay, in the next topic we will consider the characteristics functions. Okay.